Men of Reddit, what made you lose interest in the girl you wanted to ask out? She announced she was pregnant and wasn't sure who was the dad, figured it would be best to avoid getting mixed up in that drama. She kept canceling, then would reschedule. It became comical how many times it had happened. Just tell me you aren't interested in going out. I finally just stopped reaching out. When I asked her about herself, she was happy to tell me all about it, but anytime I tried to share anything about myself, she seemed immediately disinterested, so I figured she just found me boring. Turns out I could not fix her, and instead unfixed myself in the process. I was the one asking all the questions. The only one I'd get was "How was your weekend?" and then she'd interrupt with something about hers. I asked her out. She said no. I started to walk away. She said, "Do you always give up so soon/easily?" I started to run away. She turned psycho after 3 drinks by threatening to beat and kill me. I left. She said no. She video called me drunk driving her car while smoking a joint. That was an instant no for me. She wanted to experiment with other girls and told me to wait until she was into guys again. She told me there was some other guy she wanted to try first. My interest in her was instantly gone. I saw her with a guy, nothing against him, the way they looked at each other was something pure, something that I only saw in my parents. I couldn't even feel jealousy, I was happy for her and moved on. Each time I was talking, the only expression she had on her face was, "Hurry up and stop talking. I have more I want to talk about." Nope. 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 The way she treated other people. She couldn't hold a conversation to save her life. I would ask questions that would otherwise be engaging, but all I got were some short answers. Then she would not ask any questions back. She was an 8, but her breath was a 2. The rule of thumb I learned was this: if it feels like job interview, then it's not gonna go anywhere. Met and fell for this punk girl back in the 90s. We planned to go out to a punk show at this gig at a venue that was way out in the woods on this property. That sounded fine. Shows in the Houston area were often like this. Then the more she talked and the more I learned, I soon realized it was a gathering of skinhead punks, and then I learned she was pretty involved in that scene. Instantly uninterested. Seemed all there at work. When I dug deeper, her personal life was a fireball of drama. Noped the hell out of wanting to date her. Made me not want to be a work friend either. Played too hard to get. While talking she said, "I always get what I want." Bro, I checked out. We had been talking/going on dates for about 2 months. We had the exclusivity talk moving to relationship, but I could feel her getting cold feet or something. Had 2 weird instances that kinda made me lose interest. 1, she had a random male friend visit from out of town so they could watch a basketball game. It went until 2 a.m. or so, and she tried to hide the fact that she was even hanging out with someone. I had no issue with that and even have girlfriends myself, but the way she tried to hide it rubbed me the wrong way, too. I caught her still on the dating app we met on. We were hanging on her couch and a notification popped up. I confronted her about it. She said sorry yada yada. A week later I again see she has it on her phone and catch her lying again. At that point I was done. Some other things added to it too, but those 2 instances stand out. Her alcoholism. She told me anything animated, TV, or movie related, was meant for children. She became my best mate instead. She ended up being a 2 to 3 bottles of wine a night terror. It was a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde scenario. It's amazing how toxic and disgusting these winos become. I jerked off. Her social media was full of man-hating posts. She was one of those types who would screenshot her conversations and post them. She would brag about leaving dudes in read but at the same time complain about how she couldn't find a good man. I didn't want that kind of negativity in my life, no matter how juicy the booty was. I offered to buy her a coffee and she lectured me on the patriarchy.